In today's session of Divorce Court, Margie Miller says her husband Patrick was a prince until his cousin moved in.
Cousin had my husband at hotels with other women. I'm pregnant. He's out having sex. My witness was there. He witnessed him have sex with another girl in the backseat of our car, Your Honor.
But he and his cousin tell a different story.
It ain't no sex or nothing like that. The only reason he's saying that is because he wanted to sleep with her.
What?
Today, the truth comes out as Margie Miller and her witness face off with Patrick Wotruba and his witness in Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Margie Miller versus Patrick Wotruba. I'm advised that you've been married for 1.5 years and you want to end it. Why is that?
Because, Your Honor, 6 months ago, my husband moved in his cousin, and next thing you know, his cousin broke up our marriage.
How did the cousin break up the marriage?
Because the cousin had my husband at the hotels and all that.
When he went to the hotels, what did he do?
With other women,
And-
sleeping around and everything.
And that's because of his cousin.
Uh-huh.
So he started spending more time with the cousin?
Yes, and going out all night. I caught him at the movies with another girl.
Now, then, if you caught him at the movies, this means you were there too, right?
I was at the movies.
Why
with-
were you there?
I was taking his sister to the movies.
You just really messed up, didn't you, Mr. Wotruba? Why would you take another woman instead of your wife?
We was at the movies. It was me, him, and a girl that she was just like a tomboy. We all hung out together all
So
the
why you
time.
gonna go with Tomboy instead of going with Margie?
She didn't ask me to go to the movies. I knew
Your
nothing.
Honor, yes,
she
I
called me
did.
on my cell phone and she asked me where was I. That was it. And about sleeping with in the hotels.
Yeah.
We did go to the hotels, but that was because she put us out the house and we didn't have nowhere else to go.
But she didn't put you out the house with a woman?
I wasn't at the hotel with a woman. We was there by ourselves.
Well, how did she know? Why is she saying there was a woman there? Just daydreaming?
That's just what she's saying.
Figment of her imagination?
Basically.
Do you have any proof or any?
Yes, Your Honor. My witness was there. He witnessed them at the hotel. He also saw him have sex with another girl in the backseat of our car, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
And
Somebody
I'm 7.5 months pregnant. I'm pregnant. He's out having sex with another woman.
Your
You mean
Honor.
like recently?
This happened about, I say, maybe 2 months ago.
You're out having sex with somebody else and your wife is pregnant.
The only reason he's saying that is because between them, we all work at the same job. I'm the manager. It was a spot coming up for 3 employees to get promoted. He was one of them, he was one of them, and it was 2 other employees. In other words, he got the promotion and he didn't. And another reason is...
So you saying that because he didn't get a promotion, this witness is going to come in here and fabricate a tale?
Yeah, and another reason why he wanted to sleep with her. And Margie,
Because he wants to sleep with your wife?
and Margie, you cannot say he never tried to sleep
No,
with you.
he has
He's
not.
never tried.
Oh, let me get these witnesses up here quick, because they are hot.
Get us on up there.
Wait. Do you have to go to the bathroom or you want to talk?
No, he nervous. He nervous, Your Honor. Your Honor, he nervous.
I've got something to say.
Let me see how long you can hold it. You come on up here. What's your name?
My name is Julius Miller, Your Honor.
You're the cousin,
Yes, ma'am.
and you came to visit?
Right, I came from out of town to see. I hadn't seen him in like 3 years, you know what I mean? And when I came in town, I had some problems, you know what I mean? I didn't have no place to stay. So they had just moved into a place, a brand new place. And they asked me to move in to help out with the bills, you know what I mean? Plus, we work at the
Did
same
you
place.
have a job and some money?
No, he didn't have no
Well,
job,
what
Your
happened
Honor.
was-
No job at all.
If you had
I
just
had-
come to town, how you gonna come to help them out with the
Because
bills?
he needed to get on his feet. He
Well,
needed
wait a
place
minute.
to
He
stay to-
said you asked him to move in to help him out.
Right.
If he just came to town, had some trouble, you didn't have a job, did you?
But I had, my people
No,
was
he
giving me
didn't have a
money.
job.
Oh, well, you had folks
Plus,
giving
I
you
had
money.
my girlfriend. My girlfriend was staying with us, too.
And he
So
was
we
taking
was
her
giving her
money.
money. So we was giving her money.
She had
Oh,
the job.
so-
Until I could get a job. Yes,
So
ma'am.
you had a girlfriend,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you moved in with this new couple.
Yes, ma'am.
Basically, close to being newlyweds, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what kind of what were you and Mr. Wotruba doing for fun?
Well, we
Hotels.
would... No, we wouldn't go to no hotel.
Mrs. Miller, let him answer my question.
We wouldn't go in the hotels. What we would do, sometimes he would close at night. So he wouldn't get off till like 12, 1 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? So he'd come, and we'd go out. We'd go riding around, and we'd go talking, you know, just Just having, I hadn't seen him in a long time.
Downstairs.
Go round and round and talking because he didn't get off until 12 o'clock at night. You just came to visit with him, came to town. You're living with him. You can't talk in the house. What? It's a rule against talking in the house.
Well, man, because she tells everything that happened in the household.
Everybody knows.
She knows. She tells it. Everything.
So, but you said you were going to just go home and talk. So she would tell that?
She would tell. Whatever was said, she would tell.
What were you talking about that your wife, his wife couldn't hear it?
Anything. If we talked about anything.
Other than that, you weren't going out at night with other women?
No, ma'am.
Well, where was your girlfriend when you and Mr. Wotruba were going out?
She was there. She was at the house. Like, we wouldn't go out and stay gone that long. Like, he'd come home. He'd be like, man, you want to go for a ride? Just ride around, just talk. So we'd go ride around and just talk. But see.
Hold your seat.
She would be thinking that he would be out doing something just about like the girl at the movie theater. We wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah, tell me about the girl at the movie theater, Miss Tomboy.
It ain't no sex and nothing like that. We just cool. You know what I mean? She played basketball and all that.
She just like one of the boys.
Right.
Yeah.
So we go to the movie, right? And I hear his sister's voice.
But you got a girlfriend and he has a wife. Why you can't include them in going to the movies?
We just was going to the movies.
All right.
You know, we feel like, you know, you be in a relationship.
We had already been separated then.
All right, I'm talking to Mr. Miller.
Okay, so we go to the movies, right? And I hear his sister's voice, and I'm like, man, your sister's over there. Then I see Margie. So just like, he go over there and talk to Margie, you know, intelligent or whatever. But next thing I know, Margie then came in the movie trying to fight the girl, even though she's pregnant, fighting the girl.
I thought Margie was already in the movie.
No, they was going to another movie. They weren't going to the same movie we was going to. So we didn't even know they was there.
Why couldn't Mr. Wotruba say to his wife that he was at the movies with y'all's friend and just kick around with you?
I told her that. I went up to her at the snack bar and I told her who I was with.
And you just got jealous?
I was mad because I asked him earlier today if he could take me to the movies, me and our daughter.
So then why did you go in there and grab the girl?
Well, actually, at first, I didn't grab the girl. I hit him because I was upset. I was mad.
You hit your husband in public? That's a crime.
But he's there with another girl.
And threw all my clothes out of my car, too.
All right, what about, Mr. Miller, you have something else to tell me? Because you was shaking a lot.
No, that's all I got to say.
Have a seat.
Okay.
Somebody else over here about to have a hissy. Now, I hope your story and what you have to tell me is a little bit stronger than his, because he was just jumping up and down.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
What's your name?
My name is Dion Brooks.
Now, Mr. Brooks, what do you have to say?
Well, Your Honor, first of all, I need to comment on that comment that he stated on me wanting to sleep with her. I'm happily engaged and have 2 children.
You don't have to comment on that.
No, I had to do that. Anyway, Your Honor.
You just had to get it out.
Yes, sir.
Get it off your chest.
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor.
Did you say yes, sir?
I think he caught himself right at the end there.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Oh, all right.
But the same young lady that mentioned and said that Patrick is stating that was at the movie theater as a tomboy. I was driving Patrick's car going down, say, a highway or whatever, and Mr. Miller over here was the passenger. And Patrick was in the back seat. I wasn't really paying attention until Mr. Miller nudged me and said, hey, well, man, look. He playing with it. What playing with it means is having sex.
So you were the driver?
Yes, I was driving.
Mr. Miller was the passenger?
That's right.
And Mr. Wotruba was in the back seat?
That's right. So
you were in the car with Mr. Wotruba when he was having...
Playing with it.
Well, what did you see?
What did I see? I mean, I didn't see her. I just seen him, whatever. So,
while you were driving?
Yeah, I was driving. I looked in the rear view. I know how to,
When divorce court returns, the judge questions the motives of Margie's witness.
So why are you with them and you over here coming back telling it all?
Because, hey, because...
Are you involved in a dispute with a neighbor, friend, relative, or business person? Take your case to a new court show and be represented by a prominent attorney. Call 877-777-0099. Divorce court is back in the case of Margie Miller, who says her husband's cousin is responsible for ruining their fairy tale marriage.
Well, how did all 4 of you end up together?
We all were employed at the same place, and a lot of times we go out and just have a nice time, go chill.
So
together.
this lady that was a friend of you all's that liked to hang out with one of the boys.
No, personally, she wasn't my friend, I mean.
So were you taking him home? Why?
No, I was riding.
You said you were driving.
No, at first I was riding, and then he wanted me to drive to chauffeur. Understand? So they two can.
So it seemed like you knew what was going on, and you aided and abetted it.
No, really, it wasn't my business at that time.
If you hadn't driven the car, he wouldn't have been able to get to the back seat.
Yes, he could have. Also, as of she spoke on Mr. Miller being a freeloader, he had stayed with me prior to them staying together before he went away. And
I'm not interested in Mr. Miller. He's not asking me for anything.
No, I'm just trying to make my point, Your Honor. Can I
make it quick?
Yes, ma'am. The whole point of that's the reason here. My thoughts are that they're not. It's not them not loving each other. It's the freeloader and this Mr. Miller over here just separating them.
Constantly freeloading.
That's right.
What do you know about Mr. Miller and Mr. Rochuba going out to the hotel? You know anything about that?
I was with them at the hotel.
You were with them at the hotel
I was at the hotel.
Hold on. So why are you with them and you over here coming back telling it all?
Because, hey, because of the simple fact, some need to be done because they, you know, I'm not trying to get even or nothing.
Because he didn't get the promotion.
No, that's irrelevant. That job is irrelevant.
I want to know if you're hanging out with them.
I mean, I was the past tense, but now I'm not.
And you're at the hotel and you saw all of this. Why are you at the hotel if you missed Ennis?
I am. I was talking to my woman on the phone. And what happened was, now I'm gonna tell you what happened. Well, I was talking to my woman on the phone, and she had, I mean, you know, I was talking to her, and she was like, who's those females in the background? So I'm like, well, you know, it ain't for me. You know, it ain't for me. I'm talking to you, baby, you know. So then I get home later on that night, and she's going off on me about something she heard, and I'm like, no, hold on.
Okay, so you're telling me you're in the hotel room, and you saw Mr. Rochuba having an affair with another woman in the hotel room?
When we was in the hotel room, wasn't no sexual activity going on in the hotel room. The only sexual activity I seen was in the car.
So what was going on in the hotel room?
I mean, you know, just, you know.
No, I don't know.
We spades, dominoes, you know, just having a little good time.
So why you can't do that at your house?
I mean, it wasn't my house. I mean, I could have went to my house, you know, we could have did it there, but everybody seems to think my girl's so evil or something, so they don't want to go to my house.
So the three of you go to the hotel room to play games, and you always take ladies?
No, I didn't have nobody. I was by myself.
Okay.
I didn't have nobody. It was two sisters. The tomboy, and the other girl.
You just always happen to be the odd man out and you the driver.
I happen to be the person that, you know what I'm saying, that usually kept my mouth closed until they started telling on me.
Oh, so this is tit for tat.
No,
all right. All right, so now you know and you can verify that he had sex with another woman in the backseat of the car.
Right.
All right, let's go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And that's why you want this marriage to end because of his cheating ways and his going to the hotel?
And he's not helping me out at all.
What proof do you have that he went to hotel?
I have a hotel receipt that is in Julie's name that they went to. It was the day after his birthday. He should have been at home with me.
We were
on his
separated.
birthday.
Let me see the hotel receipt.
We were separated.
It's
Every
in
time
whose
I
name?
went to the hotel.
No, we was not
separated.
separated yet when you went to the hotel.
It's in Mr. Miller's name.
Uh-huh.
So how does this prove that Mr. Rochuba was there?
He was there with them that night.
All right, so Mr. Miller went to the hotel and has a receipt for $53.80.
Mr. Rochuba paid for it.
And how do you know that?
Because he said he did.
Who's he?
Dion.
He
was there.
Who's upset with them because
he was there.
They've been telling stories of talking about him?
I'm not worried about that.
But he was there.
I didn't ask you to say anything. You better try to worry about me because you're talking from your seat and I didn't ask you to.
He was there.
So you got a he say who was participating with him. And I'm supposed to believe that Mr. Rochuba paid this bill that's in Julius Miller's name.
So I wouldn't know where they were.
Mr. Brooks was there, and there's no proof that Mr. Rochuba paid, and we're accepting his word? I don't think so. You got any other proof?
No, that's all I have.
What's the significance of this hotel bill? Because the papers I read said something about you want him to pay for the hotel.
He been to all the hotels he been to spending our money. I never did kick him out the house. I told his cousin he had to go because his cousin wasn't doing that. He calling psychic hotline on my phone bill and didn't pay for it.
Why are you laughing, Mr. Rochuba? Is that funny
because
to you?
It's ridiculous. I mean, all these lies is just ridiculous. And she throw all my clothes out, steal $250 out of my glove box.
Why did you throw out all of his clothes?
I did not take any money. I didn't see any money.
You didn't know there was money in there?
She don't know because she wasn't driving
the car. Why did you throw his clothes out?
Because I was angry and I was upset because he was at the movies with another girl.
So now you're going to have him naked? Now what good did that do?
He didn't have any clothes.
Is he going to keep him away from the movies with another woman if he feels like it?
No, because he still can go back anytime.
What about the car?
Oh, I just took the car and drove it home.
But he has a car back?
He has the car. Now, he don't have the car anymore.
So you want me to talk about hotel receipts? You want him to pay you for the hotel bills?
At least pay me for the bills that he didn't pay. Like when he walked out on me, he told me that he was going to help me pay the bills, and I haven't got
Like
any
what?
money. Like rent.
That
The
was
light
until my
bill.
car got stolen and all my clothes got stolen and my money got stolen. When that happened, I wasn't gonna help her.
When divorce court returns, the judge renders her verdict. And an update on the case of Felicia Sampson versus Alonzo Jones.
She's in the bathtub with the door wide open. 3 guys from upstairs.
What?
Butt naked.
Divorce court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce court is back in the case of Patrick Wotruba, who says his wife's witness wants to have sex with her and can't be trusted.
How did it get stolen when you said she was the one who threw it out?
How did what get stolen?
Your clothes. You said that she threw them out.
She had somebody drive my car.
He don't know that. He's saying that I drove his car.
She called me on my cell phone the next day and said, I got your money that we took out your glove box. If you want it, come get it. When I went to the house, then she started saying she didn't have it.
So what expenses are you talking about you need his help on?
Bills. I'm having another child. I don't know what I have to take maternity leave. I don't know how I'm going to live from there. I have to go on maternity leave, and I don't have the money to continue to pay bills because I don't work as much because by me being
You haven't
pregnant.
made any contribution to your wife against all of those household expenses?
Because I keep my daughter, so my daughter stays with me. So
Oh, you have custody of your child?
yeah,
No,
I mean not
we have
custody, but
joint
she stays
custody.
with me.
She
No.
lives with you.
She
When I
lives
say
with me.
custody, she's in your physical
Yeah,
custody.
right.
Your Honor, he has her while I'm at work from 6 to 2:30. From there, I have her all the way until 5 o'clock in the morning because he's supposed to come back and get her. He never comes back and get her like he's supposed to.
That happened
So-
like about 3 times.
No, that happened
3
enough for
times
me
that
to get
happened.
fired from my job. I had got fired from my job,
So
Your
if you
Honor.
got fired, you're not working now, right?
But they called me and they gave me my job back. And I asked him, I said, well, I don't have a job now. Can you help me out? He told
Well, I
me
wish
no.
that I could grant your request, but see, we're limited to what you request in your papers. You didn't ask for any child support. You didn't ask for any help to pay bills. You asked for hotel bills that you wanted him to pay. But I don't have proof that your husband was spending money on a hotel bill. Unless he wants to tell me, did you spend any money?
No. We would go in half sometimes on some hotels.
But that's
yeah,
where
we
you were
would go
living.
half.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sometimes we would go
So
half.
if that's where he
That
was
was only
living,
on the weekends. When he get paid, he was at the hotels, but Monday through Friday,
On
he
the
was
night-
at home.
All right,
he
Miss-
was at the house.
On
Ms.
days
Mil-
we ran out of money, I would stay in my car.
I don't have any proof that he was wasting money that should have been used to pay household expenses at the hotels with other women. Now, if I had some proof, I wouldn't hesitate because the money can be used to benefit the marriage. But spending money on hotel bills to hang out with Sally and Susie and Mary and whoever is not benefiting the marriage. I wouldn't hesitate to make him pay back every dime. But you have to have some proof. You don't have any proof. He's saying that he wasn't living at home, that you had put him out. He got to stay somewhere. So the court has to deny your request. Court's adjourned.
All rise.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of Felicia Sampson versus Alonzo Jones.
He's telling a story. He is not telling the truth. He's never given me anything.
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by. Are you involved in a dispute with a neighbor, friend, relative, or business person? To appear before a real judge on a new court show, call 877-777-0099. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. Alonzo Jones said after being away at sea for 3 months, he wanted to go home and spend some quality time with his wife Felicia, but instead,
And I see this big party going on. And I go upstairs and she's in the bathtub with the door wide open. 3 guys from upstairs.
What?
Butt naked.
Once I got into the tub,
You don't know who came through your
I
door?
don't know who came through
Because
the
you
door.
just had an open door policy.
no, I did not see any men.
What do you mean you didn't see any men?
He's telling a story. He is not telling the truth. He's never given me anything.
Felicia wanted Alonzo to pay $550 a month for 6 months so that she could get her own apartment. After hearing that he was unemployed, the judge modified the support order until he finds a job. Felicia hopes to find an apartment soon so she and her children can move out of her cousin's house. She says her love for children has motivated her to go back to school for a degree in child development. Alonzo recently had a birthday party for his 2 children and is planning a trip to Disneyland this summer. He and his new fiancée are planning to marry at the end of the year.
Well, I feel that I should at least got something. You know, I'm 7.5 months pregnant. I should have received something, some kind of money.
I thought the verdict was good. I mean, because basically it was all just a bunch of lies going around.
He just sat there and lied. Both of them lied.
No, I don't feel like Julius is the breakup of our marriage.
All of it's a bunch of baloney. I mean, it's not the fact of me snitching on nobody out. I'm not trying to get even. It's just about things, what's right and what's not right.
Just leave me alone. Let me live my life.
Well, my plans for the future are to get ready to have this baby and hope the best of it.